it's a giant meatball that's cooked in the style of dumplings. We're not going to fry the meatball or roast the meatball. We're going to make a big batch of our meatballs and cook them gently right in the sauce. It's my husband's favorite way to eat meatballs. We're using 2 pounds total of ground meats, a mixture of ground beef, pork, and veal. I use 1 pound of ground beef and a half a pound of the veal and pork. To that, I also add prosciutto cotto, or cooked ham. I put about a 1/4 pound of that in the food processor and grind that up to mix in with the meat. A handful each of Parmigiano Reggiano and grated pecorino. Parmigiano is cow's milk, pecorino is sheep's milk. These are toasted Italian breadcrumbs. They're pre-toasted and nice and golden, so they're a little nutty. And you want to moisten those with a little bit of milk. And in these, I love a little fresh ricotta. This is sheep's milk ricotta. A little garlic. A little flat leaf parsley, of course. A little fennel seed or fennel pollen, or both. And a little bit of nutmeg to go with the ricotta. And of course, salt and pepper. A large egg. Boop. A fat drizzle of good fruity olive oil. And just start working that. Don't overwork the meatballs. I have onions and garlic sweating out in olive oil. To that, I'm just going to add stock, a jar of passata, a can of tomatoes. Let that cook down a bit. We're going to add these guys to the sauce right after this. Okay, so we're just finishing rolling our meatballs. They have 3 different types of cheese in them. They have the pecorino, the Parmigiano Reggiano, and the fresh ricotta. They have beef, pork, and veal, the ground prosciutto cotto. Bucatini is his favorite for this dish. So that's big, fat, hollow spaghetti. It's actually kind of fun to eat. The sauce, as I said before the break, all I did was let an onion cook down low and slow in olive oil with a little butter and olive oil in the pan and a little crushed or chopped garlic. Let that cook until it's nice, sweet mush. Don't brown the onions, nice and sweet. Then you add some stock, chicken or beef stock, 1 jar of passata, about 3 cups of tomato puree, in other words, and 1 can of San Marzano tomatoes. I'm going to tear a few leaves in because now we're ready to drop our dumplings. Give this a little stir. There we go. Wilt in a little bit of that. I've got this on medium heat. And as I said, we're going to cook these like dumplings. So you just drop the meatballs literally right down into the sauce and let them cook in there. And now I'm going to put the lid kind of ajar to trap some of that steam and let them cook gently for a few minutes before you mess with them at all. Be very careful when you're stirring them. You don't want to break them up before they finish cooking through. Whenever we cook pasta, we salt the water generously because we use the salty, starchy water to marry the sauce to the pasta. Drop your pasta, give it a little spin every couple of minutes, and always cook it at least 1 minute less than the package directions for al dente or to the tooth, because you have carryover cooking when you're tossing the pasta with the sauce. So if you take it all the way to where you want to eat it, it'll be overcooked by the time you put it in the bowl. That's it. We'll come back and marry the pasta and the sauce and eat. To the bucatini, a little of your starchy cooking water. I added a couple of dabs of butter. My mom always finished our pasta with butter, cheese, and then the sauce. A fat handful of Parmigiano or pecorino or both. And then you get that to marry with a good stir. You want that to emulsify a bit. Good fruity olive oil and or butter, so you're adding a little fat to the pasta with the starchy water and the cheese as your foundation. And my mama always used her mug to transfer the sauce over to the pot. And here's our tomato basil sauce that has lots of flavor because we cooked the meatballs in it and we added our stock as well. And there you go. Just kind of, yes!